Oscar, you wait till I say go the second time, okay?
Games of a more physical nature are the concern of changemaker Stephen Behan and the Moving Well Being Well team from Dublin City University, who are working with schools and GAA clubs in Dublin.
So we're here with our 2016 girls, okay, so these are our youngest girls here in the nursery. We've got jumping, we've got catching, we've got skipping, we've got hopping. We real focus on the fundamental movement skills. So that's again these basic building blocks. We don't go too sport specific at this age. We just really try to get the focus on the basic movements. And the idea being we get the basic movements, everyone's having fun, you can see lots of smiling faces around the place. And when the kids are having fun, firstly they're going to come back, and then we can layer those more sport specific skills as they go through, which hopefully their sporting life here in Nafina.
Children with poor basic movement skills are more likely to drop out of sports and other physical activities due to a lack of confidence and motivation, which could have long-term health impacts. The team at DCU wanted to survey this concept at a nationwide level.
In walked Stephen, with a great idea, with a great background in the area of Gaelic games and movement. And this idea of saying, well, how do we target them at this age? We know there's a problem. Let's look at the depth of that problem. Let's do a national surveillance and find out how that problem plays out between genders across age, and then develop a targeted intervention that eventually became Moving Well Being Well.
Morning, Stephen.
Hi, Noel, how are you?
How did that last capture go?
One of the partners of the survey of over 2,000 children was Noel O'Connor from the Insight Research Centre at DCU.
The beauty of this project is we're taking children's data and putting it to work for them, for their benefit, for the good of their health. And that, I think, is hugely important when we think about big data, that we put it to work for the people who own that data, who can derive real societal benefit from that data.
The results are disappointing, but they weren't a surprise. We found that 75% of those 2,500 kids had mastered the skill of running. Okay, now when I say mastered, it means they can do it 90% of the time perfectly. And you might be thinking, well, 75% is not bad, but that means 25%, so 1 in 4 kids can't run properly. So now start thinking about how many activities will they feel maybe not that confident to take part in or preclude from. And all of a sudden you can see then, if you look through all those 16 skills, all of a sudden you can see all the different activities that the Irish children may not want to take part in.
Stephen turned to schools and his local GAA club, Nafina, who embedded the Moving Well Being Well programme into their academy.
There's huge hope there, because even from the small windows of intervention that Stephen has done with the kids, doing 4 or 6 weeks of this basic training with them and trying to work on those basic motor skills, you can see huge improvements. So it's actually very doable to get better quick. It's just a matter of will, really.
All we do is we tap. This is research in action, okay? This is physical literacy embodied in all these kids here, okay? So we have the fundamental movement skills, or these basic movement skills, that's now embedded here in the nursery in Nafina, and those kids are used to doing it, they enjoy it, they have fun doing it. So we have this cycle, they're more motivated to come back, and this cycle starts them, they obviously get better then, and all of a sudden, if we do that across a broad range of skills, all of a sudden, they're confident kids, they'll try anything, and that helps them then to be active for life.
It's been successful beyond our wildest dreams in terms of retention of children, in terms of attracting new children.
I really like doing sport. It's because it keeps you fit and healthy.
After its initial success at grassroots level in schools and at Nafina, the next step is to take it nationwide.
And remember what you did last time, focus.
What we need to do is find a way to get that to every child in the country, pulling together our stakeholders, and there are so many brilliant partners out there that have contributed to this, but it's pulling everyone together, getting the funding behind it, and getting this to every child in the country.
Excellent, Oscar. For me, this is what it's all about. This is why I went into research, and I think the whole team feel this way. We've no interest in the research sitting on a shelf for the sake of it, and we honestly believe that it's starting to have an impact on these kids and other kids that we've helped, but we'd like to see it on a wider scale and to drive it throughout the country.